Hello, one and all. This is my Doctor Who Planet of the Evil review of Planet of the Evil, Tom Baker's run. Okay, Planet of the Evil was actually really well done. I really enjoyed these 4-part episodes of Planet of the Evil of Tom Baker's run. Such a brilliant 4-part episode of these continuously storylines of Planet of the Evil. What I really enjoyed about Planet of the Evil was Sarah and the Doctor basically arrive on this planet, and it's called Zeta Minor, and it's a brilliant name for a planet. Man, what can I say? Really enjoyed how structured this whole 4-part episode storyline continued on as episodes, and I really enjoyed how basically the Doctor and Sarah stumble on this body in this basically containment room, and basically this body is like full on like a skeleton. And basically, what's killing these people, these crew members, are basically antimatter, which I was like, wow. So that's kind of Omega's creation of things that Omega created, basically. So I really enjoyed how like there was antimatter creatures basically killing the crew members off, which I really enjoyed that part. I found that really interesting. How antimatter was the cause of all of this, and there was this professor guy who wanted to bring the antimatter from Zeta Minor onto the ship. But the antimatter creatures wouldn't let the ship leave when the antimatter was on the ship. So I really enjoyed that part too. The Doctor and Sarah, as I said, got accused by basically the crew members for killing their own crew members, but the Doctor and Sarah didn't do it. I found that really quite interesting, how like basically the crew members thought that the Doctor and Sarah were basically killing their crew members off, but it was the antimatter creatures that were killing the crew members off one by one, which I found really interesting. Also, the professor guy, he was a really interesting character. The one that put basically the antimatter onto the ship. He was interesting. He ended up as one of the kind of antimatter creatures in a way. And then there was this other crew member guy, the controller, I think he was called, the first controller. And then there was this other guy who wanted to take control because the controller was losing it. Basically, he was losing it because he started losing it at the very end when he held up the gun to Sarah and the old guy, and basically they found out that he was another kind of antimatter creature also, which I really enjoyed about that. Overall, in the end, I loved how basically the Doctor, in the end, how the Doctor basically brought the antimatter that was on the ship back to its original planet, which was Zeta Minor. So I like how that happened in the end, and then the professor came back to being normal again. So I really enjoyed that, and overall, really enjoyed Planet of the Evil of Doctor Who with these 4-part episodes of Tom Baker's run. Really interesting 4-part episodes, I have to say. Overall, what would I rate it? I'd probably rate these 4-part episodes of Planet of the Evil probably 9 out of 10. It was a really interesting 4-part episode, structured 4-part episodes. So yeah, that's basically it. See you all for Pyramids of the Mars, probably tomorrow or the next day, for that review. And then, yeah, basically. So, yeah. So, bye for now.